I mean, it's definitely been a week, right? G'day Sonic Squad! When Sonic Generations arrived on PC in 2011, it opened the door to modding possibilities that were yet to be achieved for a 3D Sonic game, and 10 years later, mods are still being created for the game. Sonic Generations features an active modding community, with players producing a vast variety of mods such as stages, character models, visual effects, audio, animations, as well as improvements and modifications for the base game. And over the years, we have witnessed some of the best works of modding brilliance in the form of mod projects, combining many of different types of mods for the public to experience what the community has to offer. It's safe to say that the availability of mods helped the game in aiding replayability and thus extending its prevalence in Sonic's long history. In celebration of what is considered to be one of the best 3D mainline Sonic games' 10-year anniversary, I went down memory lane and rediscovered and revisited my personal favourites. Today, I'll be going through my top 10 Sonic Generations stage mods. This top 10 list will only focus on stage mods for Sonic Generations. I decided only on stage mods as character mods don't really add much gameplay wise apart from visual appearance and can be quite easy to create, whereas stage mods take more time and effort and adds way more replayability to the vanilla game. I'll only be counting stage mods that are either ports from other Sonic games, original stages, or vanilla generation stages that have had the level design changed enough to make it feel different. So don't expect any reskins of stages, since the only thing that's been changed is the texture, hence why it's called a reskin. Also, I'm only including stage mods that are fully playable, are available to the public, and have not been cancelled. I would like to take this moment to remind viewers that this isn't an official top 10 list, as it is an opinionated viewpoint of what I personally believe to be the best Sonic stage mods. Everyone else will have different opinions and viewpoints on their personal preferences, and that's perfectly okay. Now with that out of the way, let's get straight into the list. Quartz Cryolite by King of the Boo. An original stage using original level design. It has a nice aesthetic of an icy cave with slippery ice physics, which leads into a mechanical mining zone with molten lava with multiple Eggman airships throughout the stage. The zone constantly switches between 2D and 3D sections, and the amount varies depending on what pathway you decide to take, which all cross around and into each other. Also, the pathways often swap from being linear to more open areas to explore. This adds replayability and encourages you to discover the fastest possible run. There was also a classic Sonic version, though it's mainly the same as moderns, but with different lighting and skybox, and multiple skateboard monitors to help traverse through, since you can't spin dash in 3D without crashing the game. I believe that this was one, if not the first original stage mod that was completed and released to hit Sonic Generations, and it left a positive first impression and worth checking out if you have yet to try it yourself. Final Rush by Scythe and Flashdash. This is a reinterpret of Final Rush from the fan game Sonic World, which is a reimagining from Sonic Adventure 2. While there isn't many rails to grind on like in the original, you're constantly over bottomless pits since you're in space, so that fear is still there. Object placement has been tweaked from Sonic World to be akin to what Generations have to offer, and with more cinematic cameras to make the stage more polished. It is a decent length stage with different pathways to take, which result in different gameplay mechanics such as wall jumping and sections which encourages drifting. It is a unique take on Final Rush that mixes travelling on rails and uneven moon rock terrain and platforms in outer space. Mystic Cave by Jensen M and Shadow TG. One of the first and few classic Sonic stage mods, since classic Sonic doesn't really get much modding attention. This mod sees the first act of Mystic Cave Zone from Sonic the Hedgehog 2 recreated, refreshed, and adapted with the intention of matching the playstyle and graphical fidelity of Sonic Generations. It also adds little secret areas which reward you with multiple ring and item monitors, lives, and even red rings. And it comes along with a really cool soundtrack remix of Mystic Cave, which is my favourite Mystic Cave remix track ever. It is a fun, classic Sonic stage to run through, and it fits well with Generations physics, and it almost feels like I'm playing through a 2.5D remake of Sonic 2. Also, Mystic Cave is one of my favourite Sonic 2's levels after Chemical Plant, so there is some bias here with it making onto this list. Emerald Coast by Corvette Dude and the Adventure Team. This was in a project demo called Sonic Adventure Generations by Adventure Team, where originally it was going to be a 7-level expansion pack focusing on Sonic Adventure and Sonic Adventure 2 levels before being sadly cancelled. And Emerald Coast was the first stage to be completed with both a classic and modern act. Here in Emerald Coast, it captures the feel of adventure gameplay and combines it with Generations gameplay near flawlessly, with it playing more of an explorational platformer rather than a linear straight to the finish platformer. Classic Sonic's act of Emerald Coast certainly takes a lot of inspiration from the 3DS version, and modern Sonic's act follows more closely to the Dreamcast original, which there is nothing wrong with that, and it works. There have been multiple Emerald Coast mods for Generations over the years, but this version stands out the most for being more open and expansive than what the original Dreamcast version had to offer. Both classic and modern versions really feel like original stages if Emerald Coast made it to the console version rather than just the 3DS. It's a shame that the project is dead and no longer being worked on, but this adaptation of Emerald Coast for Generations has so much detail put into it, and I'll be keep revisiting this for many years to come. Green Hill Forces by Twilight Zony. Before Sonic Forces was officially released, this mod was created in inspiration of classic Sonic's take of Green Hill and Forces. This mod was literally made with only the gameplay reveal of classic Sonic Green Hill as a reference, and mainly using Generations assets. That's really impressive, and the use of custom cameras and lighting to make it feel and look more unique is an added bonus. And to be honest here, I like this better than the vanilla Green Hill we got in Generations. There's so much detail in the background, and plus, it feels like a second act of classic Green Hill before a boss battle with Eggman. It feels longer, with multiple pathways to take, which you won't be completing in under a minute like in the vanilla version, unless you abuse Generations' OP Spin Dash. I feel like that this stage mod is really underrated as it doesn't seem to be used and revisited in showcase videos, as it is a better visually looking Green Hill, in my opinion of course. Aquarium Park by Sonic Huger. Combining Act 1 and Act 4 of Aquarium Park into one 4 level, as it should have been with colours in the first place. This extends the level length and playtime. Longer is better, and here in Aquarium Park, it demonstrates how and why that is the case. It feels so good to continuously boost across vast stretches of water as you blast through enemies, which really gives out that Unleashed vibe in terms of boosting gameplay in a 3D Sonic game. And it's visually gorgeous, above and underwater. With the width not being a thing here, certain sections have been changed to rely more on using Sonic's abilities, which is what I prefer, especially in the massive underwater sections. Since there is no drill width, you have to explore quickly to find air bubbles to avoid drowning. Aquarium Park is a perfect example of incorporating many pathways to take, which alters between above and underwater, and also certain underwater sections leading into above the water sections, making you explore everywhere in Aquarium Park in multiple playthroughs. Aquarium Park is one of the best locations in Sonic Colors, and here in Generations it's no different. Eggman Land by N69vid. The hardest level in Sonic Unleashed made its way over to Sonic Generations, and with no werehog, for better or for worse. Ever since the Unleashed project was released with all the daytime stages, people begged for Eggman Land to be ported, and eventually it did. Since there is no Werehog in Generations, the Werehog sections have been tweaked to fit modern Sonic's platforming level design by adding swing poles and moving platforms to avoid obstacles, and it feels natural, while keeping the same difficulty that it was in Unleashed. Also included this mod is the Eggman cutscene running in real time as a neat little extra. The crazy stage from Sonic Unleashed is as long and infuriating as we remember it, so getting that S rank without losing any lives will test you, and I'm all in for that, as I always love Sonic stages that challenge me and test my skills. Playing Eggman Land in Generations is a great alternative to playing it if you don't own a copy of Unleashed on console, if you ever get in that Unleashed mood, or if you want to get a taste of what Unleashed can be before you experience it personally with modern Sonic and the Werehog. Just be prepared to be tested and hopefully not rage quit in the process. Grand Metropolis by Blackened Angel. These roads may not increase the speed, but it does increase the amount of fun and detail that this stage mod has to offer. Originating from Sonic Heroes, Grand Metropolis is a lengthy stage offering multiple ways to traverse through this futuristic location. Using multiple sections from the original level as well as mixing new level design makes it feel fresh and what could have been a reimagined zone for vanilla Generations if Seaside Hill didn't make it. This mod makes good use of the lightspeed dash to skip sections and progress through the stage quickly, and wall jumping for platforming up and out of dead end sections. It has a lot of visual detail added in to make it appealing to the eyes and what Grand Metropolis could look like in a remastered or remake of Sonic Heroes in today's modern gaming times. This stage mod is a blast to boost through whilst doing platforming in a fast manner that doesn't slow the game down, making the experience highly enjoyable, and a great stage mod to revisit with different character mods. Shivery Mountainsides by GoldRingMod27. This mod came out of nowhere, quite literally, basically just dropped online to the public, and all I gotta say is, wow. Welcome to Shivery Mountainsides, a full-length, fully 3D original custom level mod for Sonic Generations. The level design is inspired by many locations of the Alps, and it really gives the idea of what environments can be used to make thrilling to dash through and what appropriate gameplay opportunities can be used, such as snowboarding on rooftops and running through balconies. The environment varies from a forest snowboarding section at the beginning to going through villages to running across a lake set piece before entering an icy cave. The length and the many different paths ensure that replay value is high and the level doesn't get boring after a few playthroughs. The different paths that can be taken are all equally fun and interesting, with the difficulty being Unleashed-esque, mixing relaxed and somewhat challenging moments. Shivery Mountainsides showcases not only of the boost formula's capabilities, but also how far this modern Sonic modding scene has come. The following stage mods missed out on making it onto the top 10 list, but they do deserve an honourable mention, so let's quickly go through them. There is one stage mod that, in my opinion, is the best stage mod that the modding community has to offer for Generations. And that mod, ladies and gentlemen, is Kingdom Valley by Brian New Sonic Reborn and Joey Law. part of the much anticipated project, Sonic the Hedgehog 2006 project, we have Kingdom Valley, the fan favourite level from Sonic 06, complete with all 4 sections, making its first full appearance in Demo 4 and reappearing again in the recent Demo 5 release. Kingdom Valley plays very similar to its 06 counterpart, just with some minor tweaks within Generation's capabilities. The team here have done a creative way of incorporating Silver's section from the original, and we worked it around modern Sonic's boosting gameplay, and it flows perfectly. So well in fact that you don't even realise that you loop around certain sections of the stage. You got pulleys to grab onto, enemies, and springs to homing attack over the water, and there's a section where you have to continuously boost across the water while dodging bombs and traps that can potentially ruin your run. It feels so unique, so much in fact, that I actually forgot that it was originally Silver's section in the first place. The great use of lighting and GIA makes Kingdom Valley look even more gorgeous in a superior engine. Seriously, all sections from the opening to Silver's section, and especially in the Muck Speak section, looks amazing in its ancient ruin location. And the additional use of tower ruins falling apart in the background as you progress through is a nice detail that makes the design feel more immersive. This is what I call peak level design for a Sonic game, mixing the adventure style Sonic 06 had and implemented with modern Sonic's boosting mechanics, and here it works so well whether you're focusing on multiple pathways with multiple stage gimmicks or boosting in the confined linear sections to reach the goal quicker. Combining this with the Sonic 06 definitive experience make this feel like you're playing Sonic 06, but better and more fun. This is the best stage that the team has made thus far, and I cannot wait to see what else they bring to the table with the other stages that are yet to come, and hopefully maintain that high quality detail and gameplay that is Kingdom Valley. And there we go. Over the past 10 years since Generations was released, a plethora of stage mods have been created from many different modders for this game, and it's amazing to see what has been achieved, and it's exciting to see what other works are cooking for this game. Mods for Generations have played a huge part in replayability and a perfect excuse to come back to a great Sonic game. Who knows what else the modding community has to offer? We can only wait. This has been my top 10 Sonic Generations stage mods list. My name is SuperSaiyanSonic, and thank you so much for tuning in. Take care.